Hey guys, Dr. Dobson. We're going to be doing a couple fillings in this video. This is a 4-7 occlusal and a 4-6 occlusal buckle that we did. Here is some trailer footage. We're going to open the teeth up, remove the decay, and then fill in the teeth with Equia Forte, etch, fill it up, and then coat with Equia Forte. So that's going to be the procedure today. Here's the teeth, how they presented at a new patient exam. The 4-7 had some occlusal decay, and the 4-6 had some occlusal and buccal decay. So we'll get into the procedure footage. Here's the final of the two teeth restored. And before we start the procedure, this is the 100th video of Behind the Loops, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank everybody for watching and following and leaving supportive comments, etc. There's many ways to do things in dentistry. Everybody does things differently, and I think that it is helpful and enjoyable to see how other people do things. And yeah, I'm just glad that people watch and tune in and hopefully learn something from the way that I like to practice dentistry. So we'll get started. We would have frozen with 1 in 200 articaine, mandibular nerve block, and some long buccal anesthesia. I like to place my rubber dams four-handed, so that's what we're going to do here. Takes 30 seconds. We'll hold it down, and then assistant is going to floss the contacts, and then we're going to get started on the 4-7. We're going to open it up with a high-speed large round carbide, and we'll see that the enamel has kind of stains in the pits and fissures, and then as soon as we punch through the enamel into the dentin, it's going to open wide up, and we're going to have lots of soft tooth tissue in there. So for the rest of the prep on the 4-7, we're basically just going to be going back and forth between the high speed and the slow speed, and removing soft dentin with the slow speed, and then going in with the high speed and refining, removing unsupported enamel. And that's basically going to be how the rest of the prep is going to go. Going to fast forward a little bit more. We'll use the Fisher burr for the distal anatomy, where it's not going to be quite as extensive as the mesial, where we'll use the large round carbide. And we'll just keep going in back and forth between high speed and slow speed until we have a cleaned DEJ. And I like to use the slow speed, very small round carbide to determine that the dentin is hard and healthy. I don't use a caries indicating dye because it's always going to stain the pulpal aspect of the prep, which does not need to be clear entirely of decay, because you could probably go into the nerve with this one even if you wanted to. But as long as the DEJ is clear, then everything else will self-arrest. So that's going to be the final prep for the 4-7. And then we're going to get started on the 4-6. We know that this one's going to be pretty extensive. So we will we'll open it up and then extend the margins for a gross outline form before we go in with a slow speed and clean out the rim of the DEJ. This is a pretty fastly sped up video, but actually I do have a Patreon that I try to post videos of like dental implant cases and footage of procedures in real time with the original audio, in case anybody wants to see these procedures in real time. Then most of them are posted there, and going forward I'll be posting them all there. So I'll put the link to that in the description, but we will continue along at 4 times speed and basically just opening up the lesion until we have good access to what is apparently clean DEJ. And then we'll go in with a slow speed and just kind of work it around the rim to verify that that aspect of the preparation is thoroughly clear of decay. We're going to remove a little bit of occlusal decay with a smaller Fisher burr, as well as this distal pit. And we're actually going to connect that distal pit to the main occlusal buccal prep. And that little spot on the mesial was determined to be clinically insignificant, not sticky to an explorer. So we're actually just going to save the additional tooth structure and leave that 1B because it's highly unlikely to progress to anything significant. So there's the final prep for the 4 6, and we're going to restore both of them at the same time. I like to etch for 5 seconds with phosphoric acid, give a very thorough rinse, and then dry mostly, and then fill the prep up with our restorative material, Equia Forte. And we'll overfill the 46 as well. And then I like to pack the material down with a moist cotton pellet to ensure that it has well adapted the margins of the preparation. And then we'll leave it for 6 to 8 minutes or so, and then return and do our gross reduction with a high-speed large round diamond, and remove most of the excess restorative material before we go in and refine with a slow-speed handpiece. So the rest of the footage is basically just going to be removing the excess until we're back on the original margins of the preparation, and then removing the jam and checking the bite. Just going to fast forward a little bit more here. We'll kind of remember where the original margins of the prep were so that we can visualize how much excess material we need to take away. And the 46 was vital before we worked on it. So this kind of selective caries removal approach is going to give it the best chance that it can have at maintaining its pulp vitality. And we're just checking the bite and taking down any high spots with our slow speed. And we're getting close there, just a little bit more on the distal. Last little bit until the bite is going to be clear. And once we've done that, we'll wipe off the ink from the articulating paper, dry the material, and then coat it with Equia Coat, and that's going to get light cured, and that is going to be it for those two.